While we singing in the rain.
In the rain.
Okay, on the 11th is Native Son. Damn,
Slinging in the rain.
Slanging in the rain.
Slinging in the rain. What a wonderful feeling. I'm fucking the game. She said, I'm ready though. Bang some butt.
Bang some butt.
That's hilarious.
That's going to be my repertoire for the end of time.
Check them
Bang
out.
some butt. Bang some butt.
Hey, community, here's what's brewing today.
Mariah's return.
Ask your aunties, glitter, and therapy.
And Drag Race Recap Butthole 8. So get your cups ready for Minority Report.
Hey, welcome to Minority Report. It's Auntie Jerrell.
It's Auntie Dawon.
And it's Auntie Jerrell. Happy Pride Month.
Happy
Show
Pride.
some titties.
Yes, love is love. Yes. I know this is actually a crop top, so.
Girl, I'm in the crop top too. Look.
Yeah, crop top.
Yeah. Crop top season. Look. That's how you know when two hoes been in the gym, okay?
Ew.
They start feeling themselves a little bit, and the crop tops come out.
Well, I wore crop top when I had the belly, so it showed. Don't matter.
This is true. This is true. But we wasted no time this year.
Absolutely not.
So it's the first day to 80. I was like, oh, okay, crop top. Here we go.
Here I am over here in my polo.
Right, that.
She being Auntie Char, she's like,
Right, she being Auntie status right now.
Body for the street, not these. Not this.
Right. Yeah, don't let Char fool you, though. You've seen them little tank tops he be wearing in his stories lately.
Okay.
Yup. And got the daddy stash going right now. Okay.
She got a little something going on, you know.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
I know that's right.
And do.
I know that's right. And do. And did. And commuters, sorry for the crunchy mic. Dawon forgot his mic this week, so it's all good. So he's got the AirPods on. So
yeah,
bear with us.
I've been on a whirlwind tour like Beyonce. I'm traveling. I'm the opposite cities where she's been at, but yeah, I'm in Michigan, in good old Walled Lake, Michigan, visiting my sister and my niece, and I done packed everything. I got my lights. You could see the rings. I got my lights. I got the stands. I got everything but my mic. So it's gonna be a little bit crunchy. I apologize about that.
No worries. It's due time. You know, every once in a while we get a crunchy episode. So it is what it is.
That's it.
But community, you know, we was out in Seattle, and thank you for showing up and showing out for the meet and greet. That was a blast. That was a whole ass blast.
So much fun. So much fun. And I had also, I feel like I'm on an apology tour because I apologized last week about the whole J-Lo thing. Yeah. Now I got to apologize to my friends in Seattle because for those who be listening to the podcast, I be shading Seattle left and right. But
kind of do.
Seattle, I got people in Seattle. And I need to make sure that those who live in Seattle know that when I'm shading Seattle, I'm not shading y'all. I'm shading the demographic of Seattle. I'm shading everything else. But the only reason why I'm still here is because of y'all and my man. So I just want to apologize to my people in Seattle. Make sure y'all know that I love y'all boots down. Okay. If it wasn't for y'all, I really honestly wouldn't be here because I love Fizz, but we be time to go.
Time to go.
But y'all, honestly, having y'all here and then like having my community in Seattle show up, I was the happiest kid on earth. Like honestly, it felt like Christmas.
I know Jerrell's like, meet this person. They listen to it. Oh, they never met you. I was like, okay, hold on, hey. I don't remember everybody's names, but
low key though, that was absolutely necessary because
it was.
I found myself getting like locked in deep and just a conversation, you know, like, and shout out to all the people that showed up and came out on all of the nights that we went out damn near every day. But
still tired.
It's crazy. But like, thank you for, Auntie Jerrell for just like, running the show and making sure that we got a chance to meet everybody because it damn sure would have been like midnight and we would have talked to like 3 people.
Honestly,
because
look,
you know
I
how
had
we
to make
get.
sure.
We get locked in these combos and we stay all day.
Yeah.
I did.
And there's some
like,
cuties
hey,
out there too. Hey, community, y'all cute too. I'm like, hey, community.
Okay. They look. Don't sleep on Seattle. It may be a little sleepy.
Seattle was super cute though.
There was. I have to say there was a little bit of fresh meat. Vibing going on.
It sure was.
Y'all want to say their names? Y'all want to say that person's name?
Say their names.
About me.
I know. I mean, there was one.
I'll remember names. I remember faces.
There was one person in particular. Carell looked at me and said, "Joy, you better get him from away from me."
Oh, that's a word. That is a word. That's all. I sure did say that. I was like, "Get this human being away from me." Do they listen?
They listen.
Cool?
Hey,
that's what I was saying. If you wanna say their name and give them a little shout out, just say it.
Nope. I'm about to get in trouble in these streets. I'm about to get in trouble. I'll say, hey, on the side.
It was really great though to see just like even just the diversity of the people that showed out because I mean, gay, straight, male, female, like gender nonconforming, like it was just really, really wonderful. Shout out to everybody that made it out, and thank you for being so gracious and just helping us to feel welcome and appreciated and sharing all the love and all the really good things you shared about the podcast. We really appreciate it. It's the reason why we do it. So thank you for that.
Yeah. And shout out to Gayish. Hey, Gayish.
Yeah.
And by the way, it's in the other room. I was about to promote their book for them, and I think it's called "It's Probably Gayish" or "You're Probably Gayish."
Yes, you're probably gayish. Yes.
And so check out their book. Awesome book. And we got the kind of sneak in their book reading there and sit in the back and kind of listen to their story. And it was weird to kind of like because like obviously they've done like 400 plus episodes. And if you listen to their podcast, they're pretty vulnerable in sharing their just experience. But it hits a little. I was telling Dawon, it sounds like it hits a little different when you like write a book about your like coming out experiences and your trials and tribulations of just life. It seems a little more permanent and a little like I don't know. So just to hear them read out of their book their story, I was like, damn, man, like. Woo, happy pride, y'all, because, sometimes we be going through it. And to see us in our adult selves thriving is super, super cool to see, So shout out to them. Shout out to Frank. Shout out to Tim. Yes. Shout out to Michael. Wish You Were Queer. That was a fun episode. And to honestly just hang with them outside of the episode was really super cool. We jam-packed a lot. We went and saw Coco Jones.
Right.
Who ate? She was singing her face off.
Yeah, she did.
Mike was on. Body was bodying. Let me tell you, one thing watching her, I was like, I need to set my body roll up because the way that she just rolled that shit down, I said, I need to move like that this summer. Shoot, let me get to stretching and hula hooping and shit, cuz.
Speaking of body rolls, that dude that was right in front of us that was like in his own world. There was this one dude, 7 foot tall. Just like, I don't know.
All in the way.
I don't know what he was on. We were like all the way in the back. Standing room only. Shout out, to Coco Jones and whatnot. Just brought everybody black out. But this dude was 7 feet tall, had his hands all in the air. He was just dancing like this. He had his phone on like recording and then on live like the entire time, and the phone was facing the ground.
It was recording nothing. He was recording the wall.
He was in all of our way. We couldn't see anything because he was just doing this the whole time, vibing. But because everybody came out and had a good time, and like you said, the mic was on, the music was popping, it was great. Yeah. And then we left out of there, and there was a whole like crime scene.
That part, all the
that
downtown
shit was
Seattle.
shut down, girl.
That's
Now
crazy.
people
What the
getting
fuck
shot
is
up
going on
and
in
then
Seattle?
bystanders shooting the shooters and shit like that. I was like, what? That's the once a quarter violence that happens out here. Cause
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, no man. Ooh, the ghetto.
Get your shoes on and find you a home.
Baby, let's go find you a home.
Yeah.
And then shout out to Jerrell and Fizz for, the hospitality all week.
Yeah.
So that was very nice to have us in your home, your beautiful home at that. So
thank
we
y'all.
appreciate that.
Honestly, like our home feels so empty without y'all two here.
Oh.
And I honestly feel like an adult because I'm like, damn, this is the first time I've like hosted people over here for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
The only besides y'all, my sister's the only person who's been here, and she stayed for like less than 48 hours. So this is my first time like actually hosting people, my family inside the home, and it was just like, wow, there's actually space in this home, and like it made me feel like an adult. And I also got to shout out to my man too because he made sure y'all had everything y'all wanted. Little bedside waters, little
we told Jerrell, you better not get rid of Fizz.
Yeah. I tell you, we felt so pampered and taken care of, and like I dogged that broccoli cheddar soup. I'm sorry, I had to like I destroyed it. He said, "I made this, and I want you to eat it." I said, say less, because you know I love me some soup. So.
Man. I know, like we went out and came home to fresh towels and everything. I was like, Jerrell, you
don't fuck this up.
You better not leave this.
I've been learning. Look,
but wait a minute. I told Carell about this, but I don't think I told you. I went to the bathroom the day before we left. And I'm sorry, guys. I've been having sinus issues, and so I'm like my voice is all scratchy and whatnot. So I apologize if it's hard to hear me, but. Fizz did the whole hotel refresh. So we got new towels, we got new everything, blah, blah, blah. And I went to the bathroom and got up, and there was like a little gel thing stuck on the side of the inside of the toilet bowl or whatever. And I was like, did that come out of me? Because I don't remember that. What is this? I was like, oh, that must be like a cleansing thing for the blah, 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 blah. But I didn't see that when I...
He said, y'all Negroes pooping too much in this house.
I am weak. Not the toilet bowl cleaner throwing you for a loop.
I done got all my STD results back, and I came back negative. But when I saw that, I was like, wait a minute, did they miss something? Because this don't seem right.
That is...
it was lovely. Funny. It was great. And the home is beautiful, and congratulations. I'm so happy and proud of you both. It's just wonderful, and can't wait to come back.
Thanks, ladies. We can't.
I know. I was like, I need to get back to Seattle. I was like,
and this time when y'all come back, we won't be doing so much jam-packed stuff. Yeah. We'll do more sightseeing and stuff like that. Yeah.
I don't know.
Right. I mean, we'll make sure we'll make sure we go back to Diesel and Dawon, get you that one drink again.
Knocked him out.
Girl,
I said I gotta go. Y'all have fun tonight. I'm going home because community, they set me up. They really set me up. Well, not Carell, because Carell didn't know either. She's on her fitness kick, so she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna just have a White Claw." I need my Hendrix and tonic. That's what I need. And they took us to Diesel Bar, and she knew. She already smiling. You could see on her face. If y'all not watching on YouTube, you need to watch this on YouTube, because the facial expressions in this episode is gonna be worth it. She knew, and she knows the kind of drinks that I like. I only order a couple of kind of things, and I usually do a gin. I usually do a Hendrix and tonic. I don't do regular gin.
Yeah, you don't do the gin and tonic.
No, if you don't have Hendrix, then I'm gonna order something different. And I saw this bartender, pull out like this tall ass glass. It was filled up with ice or whatever, but filled it up 3/4 with Hendrix. 3/4, and then a splash of tonic, and then toss that little lime on the top of that. Like, here you go. As he was pouring, my eyes were like.
And the funny thing is,
she clutched her pearls. She clutched her pearls and said,
and I didn't even see them pour your drink. But then who got a vodka soda? Was it you, Jerrell?
I did. I got the vodka soda because I was like, I won't leave Dawon hanging because I'll take one too.
And Fizz was like, no, you got to watch them pour this. And so then I saw them pour yours, and I was like, oh my God, what in the world? It was a drink. Like, it wasn't like I'm having a vodka soda. It was, no, bitch, you have some drink.
Yeah.
It was one of those old school gay bar drinks.
Like old school, like 1977 old school.
Like, and that's why they call it diesel, because it's like you drinking gasoline out of your cup, okay?
Baby,
like,
gasolina.
If you want an affordable night out in Seattle to quickly get to your destination and quickly get back home, you go to Diesel for 2 drinks. It'll have you turn and be like, oh, time to shut it down. Just like Dawon said, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I know. I had to turn it in, because after that I was like, I'm done. Y'all have fun. Skedaddle back to the house and in the lap of luxury and Shay Fizz and Jerrell.
Yeah, no, it was a blast. So yeah, definitely gotta get back out there. So shout out to Seattle. And then community, we realized that like we had a couple of weeks of guests that like we haven't even talked about Spain. Obviously, we're not going to talk about Cowboy Carter too much, just because we all haven't seen it yet. And then, of course, I'm the last one to see it again. So that's in July. So we'll kind of probably have a dedicated episode like we did for Renaissance for that.
Yeah.
But Jerrell was in New York for Memorial Weekend and went and saw Cowboy Carter. Give us in a sentence what your experience was like.
The best way to describe it is that it's everything that you want it to be.
Got it.
No matter how you felt about the album, this concert is everything that you want Act 2 to be.
Got it. Okay. Then.
Everything you want it to. Even if you didn't like, even if you were like, it's not her favorite it's not your favorite album, even if you're like, it's not in the top 5 or top 3, because it's not in my top 3, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You still want to get everything out of the Cowboy Carter tour that makes you love Cowboy Carter and Beyonce.
Yeah.
And honestly, too, I will say one thing. I felt like she was more playful in this than she was in Renaissance.
Okay.
More playful. I see more smiles. Really at one point, she walked past me, and I was like, "You better walk, bitch!" And she looked, and she started really walking. I was like, "And that bitch hurt me. I know she hurt me," because she started even harder. And you know how she did like that Crazy in Love, like walk down. She started stomping even harder. I was like, "She hurt me." Yeah.
I'm here for it. Yeah.
So
I can't wait.
It was awesome. Like,
I can't wait.
Y'all gonna love it. Y'all gonna love it. Honestly. Okay. Yeah.
And then Dawon, how was Spain, boo?
Spain was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Was in Barcelona, Madrid, and Sitges, and shout out to the guys, Marco and Tony and Steven, Eduardo and Landon. Just an amazing time. Like if you have not been, excuse me, to that part of Europe or specifically in those cities, I highly recommend it. Super gay friendly, beautiful, artsy, just a great time. I mean, y'all, if you follow me on Instagram and whatnot, I did a better job this time of posting almost in real time.
Almost in real time.
There's a little bit of a delay, but I posted almost in real time, but yeah, it was a phenomenal time, and I can't wait to go back.
Oh, I know that's right.
It looked like a fun time.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
I'll be in Spain in 3 weeks, so I'm gonna have to get some notes for you from Barcelona. And I'm like, look, now that I know that Sitges is like 30 minutes away, I'm gonna actually pop through. I'm gonna pop through.
You should hop on that train and go down there. I would say the only thing that I would have wished could have been different was the weather was perfect, but I think when you're going, it's going to be even better because it's going to be truly summer weather. We had nights where it was like a little bit chilly. You're wearing like jeans or pants or, like a jacket or something like that at night. It was beautiful during the day. You got the sun blazing and the nice kind of like spring breeze going through. So it felt really comfortable to be out and about, but didn't really get a chance to experience a lot of the beaches because there's a really nice beach in Barcelona, and then of course Sitges is nothing but a beach town. So really didn't get a chance to experience that in that kind of way, like in a beach kind of way. But because the weather just wasn't amenable for that.
Okay, well, shoot, I'm glad I'm going to a Speedo season.
Yes.
that.
Especially
If you
on
go to
this fitness
CJ's,
journey this month.
and look, if you go to CJ's, there you can be clothing optional. So,
Nope,
there's that too.
can't go to those. I'm going with my mom. So won't be
Well,
going to those. Won't be
well,
going
I
to those.
mean,
But
didn't
then
you
you
grow
said
up
growing
naked in
up
front
y'all
of
was
your mom?
naked.
Right.
Huh?
You
But
didn't grow
okay,
up in
Growing
a
up y'all was
Minnesota?
naked.
but this is my
Right.
grandma, so this is grandmama, not
That's right. Yeah,
right,
that's right. Yeah,
right.
it's a little bit different.
Yes,
You don't want
it's
to.
a
You're not trying to see them knee
Granny,
titties, huh?
no.
Gonna go be like, now
Yeah,
hold on
that's a
now.
stand-up reference. Oh man, and that's crazy. Like literally, it was this close that all three of us were going to be in Citrus this year. Like that's where Corey wanted to go for his birthday, and then like things just kind of changed at the last minute or whatever. But I was just like, we just be cycling.
Honestly, honestly,
Finishing each other's.
That not that time.
Gosh. You're supposed to say sentences.
No, but hold on. Look, last week, Carell and I had a bunch of those moments where we just looked at each other like,
It had a whole combo.
or said the exact same thing. The way you and I were synced up,
Yes.
girl, was
Seriously.
ridiculous. I forgot what we were doing, but we even said the same thing
remember.
and made the hands the same
Oh, right.
gesture as well. Turn to the side and
Singing the song.
everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man. Yep.
Oh,
So
man.
that was that Diesel.
Yep, that was that
Oh,
Diesel.
man. That's funny. But yeah. I don't have any major. I mean, obviously, this past weekend, this is Monday. We would have been at World Pride, so I'm sure we'll have stories about that down the line.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Oh,
New
by
York
the
Pride's
way,
coming up a bunch of.
by the
Pride
time
coming up.
this episode drops, just so that you know, we will be at Native Sons on
Yes.
what is it? Wednesday the 11th. So if you're in New York and you're going to the Native Sons Awards,
Yeah.
and they're Midtown, let a hoe know. Let her know.
That part.
Yeah.
Part. You see us out there, say hello. For sure.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm looking forward to that, actually.
I still gotta figure out what I'm gonna wear.
Yeah. Same.
I gotta figure that out. I've been like, I gotta figure something out.
Throw something
I
together.
gotta get home first. I gotta get home first.
For longer than 24 hours, that part.
Honey, because I get home literally. So I'm in Michigan. Today we're recording our podcast on Tuesday. Go home tomorrow, Wednesday, and then I'm home literally Wednesday, Thursday, then Friday. Hopping in the car to drive with the guys to DC. So I'll be in DC until Monday of next week. So, and then a day and a half after that, it's the Native Son Awards, which I'm really looking forward to seeing. That whole experience.
Yeah, I agree. And then that following day, like I think, and I need to talk to you, Dawon, because I might just stay 2 nights at your crib. We'll talk offline, but because they have the premiere of Wish You Were Queer in New York, so I might be there too. So if you see me there, let me know. And
that's at Hush.
Hey, pull me aside.
And that's at Hush.
Yeah, it's at Hush.
So for the community, if you're in New York and you want to go to the premiere in New York, it's at Hush as well. So yeah.
So just it's that time of year. Mm-hmm. Wait, say it again.
8 p.m. right?
No, that should be 7 p.m.
I forget.
Doors open at 7, and then the show should start at 8.
8. Yep.
Thank you.
So yeah, and then tonight, community, if you listen to this on Monday, it's the 25th annual BET Awards. So they're trying to kind of hype it up again for this year. But 25 years of BET Awards. I remember the first one when it was like Steve and Cedric. So and they hosted like the first maybe 3 or 4. It feels like, but we'll see what they do, how they maybe do some throwback here and things like that. But it's hosted by Kevin Hart, so we'll see how that goes. You said child.
It's gonna be ridiculous.
You don't like Kevin Hart?
It's gonna be. I don't. I actually like Kevin Hart. I like him way more than Dave Chappelle. But I just know that it's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be like watching people who drink Hennessy like myself do an award show. It's gonna be all over the place.
It's gonna be loud.
entertained. Yep. It's gonna be black and loud. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then it looks like the performers are going to be Lil Wayne, Tiana Taylor, who just put out that trailer for her new album, which looks I thought she said she was retiring from music. So to see her put like this kind of visual trailer together, I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Glorilla's going to perform, Playboy Cardi, and Leon Thomas. And so they always end up having some surprise guests there and things like that too. So I'm excited. I like the BET Awards. Last few years it's been a little But for the most
That's
part,
an interesting lineup.
Like
I feel like they've had bigger names in the past for the BET Awards.
But I mean, like at this point,
no shade to any of them because them bitches, everybody know them more than they know me. So no shade at. I ain't nobody. But what I'm saying is, like, I mean, you've had, Beyonce used to perform at the BET Awards. You know what I'm saying? Like, you used to have, Sierra and Janet Jackson and like all these big names used to perform at the BET Awards. So I'm just surprised that I haven't seen someone that high on the list, who's been in the game for so long. But
and they it says here that it's going to be a reunion of AJ, Free, Jaleesa, Keisha, Roxy, and Terrence J. So our 106 and Park hosts are going to have a reunion on stage. So they're going to have a celebration of 106 and Park, it says here as well. So that'll be exciting to actually see. And then it says Bow Wow's going to come back because he used to be Mr. 106 and Park. A. Marie's going to be there. B2K, Jim Jones, Maya, and T.I. So it looks like they're kind of doing
so I'm hearing some.
Reunion. And
that's where the names there. That's where the names are coming in.
And then Usher, from what I understand, Usher is getting the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Wait, I thought he got that last year.
That was last year.
I think he got that last year.
Yeah.
I don't know who's getting it this year. It doesn't say in this one. Let's see here. Yeah, it doesn't say on this one. So I don't know who's getting it this year, but it's usually some big name. But yeah, I think he got it last year. Because what's her face? That's where we saw Tiana and Victoria do.
And Victoria do their little dance. Their little
dance routine.
And like flip each other over and all that. Lady,
I want you to be bad.
If you're a bad girl.
That's still a good song.
That is a good
and then
song.
Jesse Collins is producing it, so Jesse Collins be doing everything everywhere now. So it's going to be at least pretty good because he does like all the the Oscars and the Super Bowls and things like that. So I like seeing folks that have come up in the industry become huge and still get back to our culture moments too. Because he could be like, "Oh, I'm bigger than BET Awards, quote unquote." Now he's like, "No, I'm gonna make sure I get the same caliber here for our folk too." So I'm sure we'll have some moments there to talk about that next week's episode. And then, Dawon, are you excited? Because by the time this episode comes out, we would have heard Mariah Carey's new song.
I'm here for a Mariah Carey moment. I love the cryptic nature of it. The fact she gave us a little teaser and that she's being like very tight-lipped about it. And she's already said that that and I forget exactly what the title, what it is, the tagline or whatever, but she says that's not a title. So she was clear that was not a title, whatever it is she's doing. But I'm curious to see what it's going to be.
Same here.
And she just celebrated her 20th anniversary of Mimi, which, I mean,
that album
slaps.
Iconic.
I listened to it at the gym today.
Bitch, same. The way I was like singing circles while doing chest press, bitch.
I don't like the additions. The only one that I like of the addition songs that she added on the anniversary is the Kate Renata remix of "Don't Forget About Us." The rest of it, like the remix of God, and it sounded like Solange did it. Like it sounded like a Solange. I'm like, I don't like this.
I mean, it's fine. I mean, listen to it. It's not something I downloaded because I like the originals better. To be honest with you, it just I don't know. There's something about the cadence of it that just doesn't sit right with me. I love the songs, obviously, but
the Say Something, it's the Solange Southern Star remix. That's why I sound like Solange. Never mind.
It just felt like it was trying to be relevant to today, and I'm like, you don't need to make this album like today.
No,
this album is timeless on its
own.
It
was already today.
Exactly.
It
don't need anything changed. But that's one thing I will say. This I get a little pet peeve when artists start to add new songs to a previous album. Let that project be and stop trying to draw out something. Start something new. Especially when you have something that's already good, it feels like you're trying to have a cheat code by bringing up that album and those streams and those sales by attaching new music to something that was already great. And that the reality of the fact is the new music ain't going to drive up the old music. It's already up there on its own. So I really, really hate that. It just drives me insane.
I don't know if it bothers me one way or the other. I guess it would make me happier if it was just good.
But I mean, like,
the
think about how many
the
albums.
Cage Nada one is perfect. The rest
Yeah.
of it, you could have kept all that. The
But
album
think
was
about like
damn near
today
perfection.
though. So many artists are coming out with the album, and the next year they release like 3 or 4 more new songs.
Yeah.
You know, just to try to drive back up the relevance of that previous album. Like, these songs ain't even connected to it. You just threw these on here because they didn't make the chopping block. People loved your album, so you thought, well, here's some scraps. I don't want the scraps, bitch.
But I guess they've been doing that for a long time, though. Because, like,
but I feel like it's
even the original
more of a norm.
Yeah, maybe more. But, like, because even this Mariah album, remember the Don't Forget About Us was the extended version. That wasn't on the original album. Like, that was when she re-released it.
Facts. I'm not saying that it didn't happen, but everyone's doing it these days. Like, Taylor, SZA, Victoria Monet, Ariana, like all of the girls are doing this. Here's 12 tracks, and then a year, 16 months
FOMO.
later, we'll give you FOMO. Exactly. It's always 4 more tracks. And by that time, I already grown to like the album as is, that these additional 4 songs don't even feel part of the original body. And that's because of the fact that they were the leftover songs.
It don't really matter that much to me because I just put everything on shuffle.
Yeah, I was about to say, Dawon don't know what the regular album is. No way.
You asked me what comes next on the album. I said, bitch, I don't know.
She said,
I do, because the way I'll be ready to sing the next song, but
that
was the next song.
like Sugar Mama don't come after Virgo's Groove.
So
Oh man, but I'm excited about it. Let's get to that season. I mean, even Sabrina Carpenter just put out a tease today, so that's going to come out this week too. I was kind of hoping for Mariah to get another #1, but it might be Sabrina. All these young kids, you know. So we'll see. But I'm rooting for Mariah to have a good, another just good banger. I'm ready for it.
Let me tell you, Mariah ain't going nowhere as long as Christmas is still a thing. So she gonna be out one way or another.
But I want like a regular ass song. I'm tired of I'm not tired of the Christmas stuff. That's a lie. That's a lie. But I'm just ready to see her. To see what does 2025 Mariah look like. I know what it's gonna sound like. It ain't gonna be as good, but
I think we can all agree that she's got a whole repertoire of additional hits that are just itching to come out, and I'm here for it. I want to see it. I support her in that. I want to see that. So we'll see. By the time this episode airs, we'll have a little bit of taste.
And if you don't hear us bring it up no more, that means we don't like it.
All I know is Mariah Carey better have at least one gay song on there that is a song that we can hear in the gay clubs. That's all I know.
We need a summer bop.
She gonna come out doing Pride Month with an album. She better know. That's all I know. Yeah, just give me one that I want to dance to in the club. That's one.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. So we'll see. And she's always good for a good remix. Like she's always good for a good remix. So I'm sure she'll give us something for the Lamley. So. And then another award show yesterday would have been the Tony Awards, so we'll see like who wins and doesn't win.
I ain't watching.
If Audra McDonald breaks the record to shut Patti LuPone the fuck up, and we'll see how the Tony Award goes. That whole Patti LuPone, God, just shut up, girl. You just old and cranky now.
Literally that. But I ain't watching, and I know Michelle has took the high road, but like I said in her post. We gonna act up on your behalf for you because everybody who's seen that play know the reality.
That you are the play.
That show stars and ends with you. I
hear you. Yeah.
So
I know. Also, she's got to be cordial because she's like, well, at least I want to keep my job.
I know.
She's like, I ain't about to pop off and then come in and be like, you've been replaced. So
we gotta get her back. We gotta get her back on the pod. I mean, she's doing a whole press tour and all that kind of stuff. She's been booked and busy and whatnot, but we gotta bring her back. Yeah,
I know she's about to be with Hezekiah Walker down in Miami. I saw that posted. I
know, bitch. I actually saw that low key. I was
Hezekiah
Walker. Me too. And I was like, I was like, they about to be singing. I low key thought about how the fuck can I make that?
Come in. I tell you what, oh man, they're coming from the Lord. I know that's right. Y'all about to get this gospel kid out. Let's see here. Oh, and one other thing. We'll say this before we get into Ask Your Aunties. Noah's Ark movie was announced as well.
Yeah,
so
we saw some footage from it. I think that this is gonna be for us old heads, us old gays.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is not for the young gays. No. I already know it's gonna be campy for us, especially because they're going to be, gay men around our age and their stories, right? You saw pictures of, like a little baby doll, so clearly that there's going to be some form of the main couple like having a baby and stuff like that. And I loved also to see them growing as well as people. And so there's going to be there's going to be time from the last movie that we had when they got married to this movie. So I am actually really excited about this. Did
you wish it was a TV show and not a movie?
No,
because they would fuck it up.
I wouldn't. Nope, I wouldn't say that. I would say they would not get probably the viewership for a full season that they need. And I don't want them to go out like that. Like I want them to have their movie, get their flowers, and then extra stage left.
Yeah. If they did a TV show, they did a TV show. We've seen what has happened to these revivals. They flop. I'm sorry. The writing isn't good. It never really lives up to what you want out of those series. I mean, you look at, Just Like That, the Sex and the City, revival or whatever. It's garbage. It's like,
but it's been back on for sixth season or fifth season?
Third season?
No, it's maybe the fourth season, but it's been back.
I mean, people watch it, but it's still garbage. I'm sorry, it is. Like, it's just garbage, and there are a lot of people that like garbage, and that's cool for y'all. Viewership doesn't mean quality programming, and what I don't want to have.
I like how he's saying this coming from the man that watched my 394-pound life.
Thanks, bitch. Okay, come on now.
But let me tell you something. I get what I want out of it. I'll tell you that much. I'm not going in there looking like. I'm not going in there expecting it to be, the
best TV on ever. Yeah.
There is so much nostalgia that is anchored in some of these old shows, and it's great when you get the green light that these are going to be revived. But history has shown us that these revivals have not delivered on those expectations. Sorry. Yeah. So I'm glad that it's a movie because I feel like the writing will be much tighter. And I feel like it gives an opportunity for them to tell a more cogent story versus a story that says, well, we want to leave some things kind of open so that maybe we can come back for another season. And no, let's tell the cogent story. And let's, as Jerrell said, let's give our girls their flowers. Let's see where their journey has brought them to today. Let's see how they're living in the they them world and the polyamorous world and like the world that was completely different than when the show actually aired 20 some odd years ago. That's what I want to see.
I will say this. I'm going to disagree just a little bit. And here's the reason why I disagree, because I have a perfect example of 4 individuals that I think would make great TV. And if I think of a Noah's Ark revival, I think of these 4 young individuals, and I think of Busy Boys. I think of Busy Boys podcast, and they are 4 individual different Black young men who have 4 different stories, have 4 different styles, make space for each other, the best as of friends, and have so much to say and so much to tell. They would be the perfect example of a type of revival of Noah's Ark for the younger generation.
Recast not like a Noah's Ark.
But that is a reboot, not a revival.
But I meant like a reboot.
That is a reboot, not a revival.
Yeah. So different. I would say for a reboot, I could see something like a Noah's Ark doing well.
I'm down for a reboot.
The 4 like the Busy Boys. Hey y'all, they would be the 4 perfect people that I would cast as a Noah's Ark.
And let your aunties come for a couple episodes too.
Exactly. Let us a guest appearance.
We'll be the old heads.
Yep, exactly. Yep, absolutely. So shout out to my babies over there at the Busy Boys podcast. We love them down, but
I know we got to get.
Because if you think about it, like the reboot with Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was done really, really well.
Yeah.
But again, it is a reboot. Not a revival with the same actors. Completely different situation.
You're
right. Revivals and reboots are different. But yeah,
Trust me, I would love
Zen
if
is
if if
losing
if
on the
it could be done.
page.
I would love to see. I would love to see the movie transition into potentially a series if it could be done in a way that I think really honors them. But I don't think that the way that TV shows are being written with revivals that we can get there.
Mhm.
I just don't think it's
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
Well, community, let's take a quick little tea break and we will be right back with Ask Your Aunties. Hey, community. A lot of you have asked how you can support Minoritea Report outside of the sharing and downloading and subscribing and leaving reviews. But you can also buy merch. Come on, baby.
I know that's right. And we have a whole lot of options, from clothing to pillows to tumblers and bags. And we continue to update all of our stuff with new styles, new colors, and new products. Jerrell, where can they get all that stuff at?
Well, they can get all that and then some at minorityReport.com. They can find all the goodies, find out additional information about your aunties. And we also want to make sure that you share and tag us when you do buy merch, all right? So let us know if it's a hoodie, it's a tee, a long shirt, a towel, because we know you need those. But let us know.
Absolutely. And remember to wash your hands, your legs, and your ass. Alrighty, ladies. It's the first one for Pride Month. What time is it?
Ask
Your
auntie.
aunties. Damn, you know what?
I'm
We
not doing that.
so bad.
Nope, I am not doing
Neither
that.
one of us had a fan to go clack for Pride Month. Like, damn.
So didn't.
Next
I
week.
have one over there, but
Next week.
I don't feel like reaching for it. Who wants to read it this week?
I can do it because Dawon audio a little crunchy.
Yeah.
So it says,
Good, but audio's crunchy and my voice is crunchy on top of that.
All of it.
I got double crunch going on over here. Sorry.
I see a Crunch Wrap Supreme over
It
there.
was a baby. I was thinking the same thing. Come on, Crunch Wrap.
Okay, it says, hey, aunties, happy Pride Month. What's one way you've truly evolved in your queerness? What part of your queer journey still needs a little glitter in therapy?
Oh, you've evolved, and then what parts needs a little glitter in therapy? I like that. Ask you.
have to
That's
think
the
about
title
that.
right there. Glitter in therapy.
Glitter in
Oh,
therapy.
I like that. Oh wow. What's one way you've truly evolved? I mean, I just feel like in like it's always kind of hard to like, especially now, kind of to detach my queerness and my blackness. I mean, I'm getting olderness and all that stuff, so they kind of all like entangle. But I would say if specifically for queerness, I think just still kind of just showing up and not being ashamed is super cool the older you get. That's just like, you're just going to get what you get. And then especially it's been interesting maybe in this weight loss lifting journey, because I've never had like really like body issues. And it's just interesting to see the different reactions to me losing weight and all that stuff. Especially in queer culture, you just know bodies and all that. People just react to it. But it's cool to know, at least now at 41, that, okay, hey, I'll take the compliment all day. Thank you for flirting with me. Thank you. But knowing that it's just superficial, that, like, it's not my all, like, you know, my end all be all. And that, like, if you liked me before for, like, I guess my personality, to have both combined, man, my powers combined, that is just, like, it's not going to crush me because I know this is not going to be all, like, forever. Like, there gets a point where your body just, it is what it is. You know, you get older, and God willing, I get older. So it's just maybe is a new evolvement in my queerness, just because this whole image thing is just so wrapped up in queer culture. But to know that, like, okay, this is not my end all be all, that I have my mind, that I have other things that define who Jerrell is, that this is not the only thing that I have to offer to a queer community. It's kind of super cool to have that now. And just like, I don't know if Jerrell at 25 would have been able to separate it as well as I am now. And again, I'll take all the compliments you give me, but I just know it's just very surface level, and it doesn't really mean that much at the end of the day, you know? But at the end of the day, just being comfortable with who I am is just always the evolving that I want to do and be. And yes, there might still need to be some glitter and therapy along the way, because life happens. And so I almost want to come back to that second part. It's just like, where in that journey do I still need a little more glitter and therapy? So, but at the first part, I would say the more evolving right now is just this whole losing weight thing, and the reaction to it is something maybe newer in this queer journey.
I would say definitely my mindset around um, inclusivity. I definitely have evolved in that. I came out in a time where um, being gay was an act of political defiance, right? Where we didn't have the protections that we have today. You can get fired from your job. You can get evicted from your apartment building just for being gay. You didn't have the accessibility um, as well as the protections. And when I think about my perspective, in my early 20s, as I was, a young gay or whatever, it was very much about being gay. So it's like, lesbians, ew, trans, ew, straight women, ew. Like it was very separate in that kind of way. And as I think about how I've evolved in my thinking and how I've learned to be more inclusive, it's about embracing that diversity of all of us and not being so closed-minded in that, like I have to just be protective of myself, which is a privilege, and unpacking that. And even when we were in Seattle, I think we were in Seattle, Carell, you and I were having a conversation. I think we were in an Uber or something heading back, and we were talking about show that is like these young people going after, like older cougars and older DILFs and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing, a girl going after a DILF versus, but I'm not really down for seeing like a, cougar going after a, like a young 20-something-year-old. And I was like, wait a minute, that's misogyny. Like, why is it okay? Why am I interested in this, but I'm not interested in that? And it just, when I think about my evolution and my mindset, it's like I've gotten to a place where now I can start recognizing where
Yeah.
those old tropes and biases start showing up in even just the way that I approach life. So, and I'm really thankful for that, because I think that's made me a much more, um, uh, a much bigger champion for others within the community. And I think it's actually become a core tenet of my values as just a human being and how I want to show up, for my friends, for my family, and in the community. So I would definitely say that.
Hmm.
What about
I
you,
think
Ro?
for I think for me, one of the places that I've grown the most is holding people in my life accountable for not just making space for me, but making space for the community. And I think it kind of goes along with what you were saying, Dawon, about that inclusivity. But I've kind of always had that mindset of like, that's one of the reasons why I talk about I'm such an anti-Pride Month person. Everyone knows it's about Auntie Jerrell, because I get tired about people being like gay, 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 but like there's a whole community that people are forgetting about. So I've already been on that, but I've started to be more like, hey, if you are going to be someone who's going to orbit around me, I'm going to hold you accountable for being the right type of person that needs to be around me. And if it's not you, you can get to stepping and not having a second thought. And it has nothing to do with me and you. It has everything to do with you as a person and what you don't do for other people. And I think about, our trans brothers and sisters and non-binary trans family who are, under attack right now. And how many people that I see just la 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 la, boop, here it is, boop, but not saying anything about what's happening to our community, our trans family. So I say stuff. I see some posts, I'm like, really insensitive. Did you not just see what happened to such and such and such? You ain't saying nothing about it, Or kind of like a couple weeks ago, we had that question from a community member that talked about, them as well, having someone making some side comment stuff about the trans community, right? Creating noise and holding people accountable and my queerness and has been a very important part to who I am. And then I also add in the fact, to Carell, your point, my queerness is Black.
Yeah.
Because queerness in this community often don't look like us. And my queerness is black as fuck. So I make sure that people know that queer also looks like me.
Yeah.
Not like all these white people that we see on the posters. So I make sure that they know that there's more than just gay people in the community, and it's more than just about being white. Yeah. And hold everybody accountable for it.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well said. I'm still struggling on the little glitter and therapy part. What do I need to work on? I'm trying to think
One
what
thing
like my
I need to
blind
work on.
spots are.
I know what I need to work on. I need to work on not wasting energy trying to teach people to understand that they're on the wrong side. Mm-hmm. When I'm holding people accountable, I need to stop wasting my breath and trying to explain to them why they're on the wrong side. Be like, nope, you're on the wrong side, and leave it at that. And be like, go ask Google, ask Alexa. You got the same internet, bitch, that I have. The truth is, when we come out, we got to learn about our queerness, right? We got to learn about our queerness. We have to self-teach ourselves and experience it. Other people can do the exact same thing. Go to the internet. You got the same one that I got. You can learn. I don't got to be Professor Jerrell teaching you about how to suck dick. Go suck a dick yourself. Find out for yourself.
Go to Twitter.
Okay.
You see a lot out there. And I keep calling it Twitter because until they know how to say them, they. Yep. I'm gonna say Twitter ho.
Exactly.
No, that's a good. I'm trying to think like glitter and I don't think I get too triggered about just like old stuff. It's just interesting. I think it was last week in Seattle we were just talking about just like to just see like how just things have shifted and the change over time. Just like, man, it's just super cool just to see how far you've come, you know? Mm-hmm. And so I'm sure there's like some days where you're just like, oh, am I doing enough? Am I enough? And a lot of times I'm pretty good about being like, yeah, I'm dope as shit. But every once in a while there's like these triggers. So and I can't think of one recently, thank God, luckily, that has kind of like kicked me back. But every once in a while you might see something like on social media, but like, damn, this person still has that old kind of like thought process, and you're like, like why? And then it might still kind of revive something that maybe is still kind of still percolating there. That I think we'll all still kind of have until the day we die. Quite frankly, you just know how to manage it better, and know that it's a facade. But luckily, I think, and it just might be getting older. It's just like you just start to realize a lot of shit don't matter. But a lot of shit does matter, and you focus on the ones that and the things that do matter. So and maybe that is through the therapy and talking it out and just growing and evolving and this podcast and things like that. So I can't really hear, like, I'm struggling with like a very concrete glitter and therapy moment, which I'm happy to say.
Hold on, Dawon, we can't hear you.
I think you're muted
for some reason.
Oh, there we go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay. I would say one area that does still burn my bridges is going into a gay bar and being overrun with a whole bunch of straight girls. Like,
now that's a glitter. That's a glitter therapy, and I don't want to go to therapy for it.
I haven't evolved yet. I have not evolved yet.
I won't
to be fully accepting of this experience. I get it in some places, like, you know, like in Miami where you see like, you know, the drag queen shows and whatnot. Like that's one thing, but like on a regular Tuesday or Saturday or whatever, and you go to like your favorite spot and it's just like a gaggle of girls that are just there, or bachelor parties or whatever. It's just like, girl, you need to find yourself somewhere. That's where I still need to grow.
And it ain't here. Yeah, no, I will not be evolving on that. That will be my bad queer opinion for the rest of eternity.
Yeah, I'm still struggling. I'm still struggling with that ministry at this moment. I'm still struggling with that.
I'm gonna continue to struggle. I don't want no therapy. Don't send me no therapy. Don't send me nothing. Trying to maybe go to rehab. I said no. Fuck them hoes. But community, I mean, like, obviously, maybe we're speaking from a point of privilege. We know that not everyone is, like, maybe in the space that they want to be in and might not have the community that we luckily have been able to find. Obviously, if you're listening to this, we consider you part of our community all day, every day. But we know that sometimes it might be a little tough. So, again, reach out to us. Reach out to the community. Reach out to the listeners that are on this show to ensure that you are feeling seen and loved on this Pride season. Now, obviously, the rest of the year, but specifically this Pride season, because we know this year is a little tougher than some past Prides because of the lack of things that a lot of these companies and corporations and presidents and government officials are doing. I mean, look how lazy motherfucking Target is with their Pride collection. Like, literally to the point where some of their stuff doesn't even have Happy Pride. They forgot to put the copy on it. So it's like, the fuck is going on? So it's just like, we need to turn up and show out for our own damn selves. And if that's an evolving moment that you need to do, let this year be that evolving moment, because sometimes you gotta lean on yourself and then pick everybody up with you and say, "Come on, let's turn up, let's advocate, let's speak up." All the above of what we need to do just to keep ourselves sane in this damn crazy country that is the something states of America, not quite united. Anything else for this one? This was kind of a cool little topic here.
No, I would be curious just to see what are some of the things that the people in the community have evolved on, and what areas they may feel that they may need some little therapy and glitter on as well. Because I think it's unique to each person, because part of being queer is our lived experiences, right?
1000.
And where we and the community that we have near us as well too, and our environment. So I'll just be curious to see what some of those things are as well. And I'm curious just because maybe there are some blind spots that I haven't been thinking of. And I'm always trying to better myself as well too. So maybe there's something I need to add to my list, as I have as a Capricorn. I got several of these things, that I need to check off. Because one thing I know, when I leave this planet, no one will be able to say Jerrell didn't live for the people and Jerrell did not try to make a space for everybody. That's one thing people will not ever be able to say about me. So I'll be curious.
Well, continue to ask your auntie questions to aya@minoriteareport.com or DM us. Or we haven't got a T-line moment in a long ass time, so we would love to hear your lovely voice asking us a question on the T-line. And Dawon, what is that T-line number?
832.
Say it one more time.
Let's do it again.
Okay.
One more time.
I think when you lean back from the computer.
Okay.
I think when you lean back from the computer, that's when we lose.
Okay. So 844 T-line, and that's 844-832-5463.
There we go. There we go. Love it. Love it. And then community, we've been kind of in and out of the country and places, so we haven't been doing our drag race recaps like we said we were going to. But we have a little time here. And obviously, All-Stars setup is a little different so far. Obviously, we'll be maybe one episode behind once you hear this. But first, what is it? 5 episodes?
5 episodes.
5? Oh, yeah, because 3 and 2. Yeah, episodes. So first 5 episodes. And are you liking the bracketology? At first, I didn't think I was going to like it, but I'm kind of liking it. Are y'all liking it?
Yeah, I like it. I didn't think I was going to like it as well, but it's actually been pretty good. It's been pretty good. And y'all were here before this episode came out. I literally said that how they give out these points were going to be much different than the first bracket. I literally said that to y'all. And baby, not even 24 hours later, that shit came out, and I was like,
delicious.
Knew it.
Gaggle. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Like that first Kumbaya moment, the first bracket was great because it was just like, the whole redemption story and, some really great performances. But people watch Drag Race not only for that, but they watch it for the drama. And thank God for Mistress for bringing in the goddamn drama and the competition. Like she did the alley-oop on them hoes when they were giving out their points to each other. And I'm here for it.
I don't know how they keep falling for Mistress's bullshit. It's so
I don't
wild
either.
To me.
I just she a shaded. She ain't got your best interest. I don't know how they be eating that shit up.
I don't know.
And as shady as it was, as a competitor, she playing the game smart. Now here's the real tea though. I wouldn't have done it the first time. I would have done it the second time, especially once that the 4 people who didn't get it were giving out the badges. So I would have played nice the first time, and then the second time, especially if I didn't win, play that switcheroo.
Yeah.
Because they're not giving it. They ain't getting shit unless they win, which what they had to do the second episode. Because if they didn't win, they were automatically not going on to the next round. Yeah. So. It was a gamble. It paid off because they won the second week. Baby, had they not won that second week,
it would have been a wrap.
It would have been a wrap.
Did Mistress to you have the best rap?
No.
I
No.
actually,
don't think so either.
I actually thought she had the best rap, to be honest with
Did
you.
you really?
I thought she had the best rap out of all of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Like George's,
Who
I
did you
was
think-
like, okay, George's 8.
Who did you
George's
think
A.
had the best rap?
I still thought Butthole was better than
Same. Those are my two as
than
well.
Mistress. Yeah.
Those were my two as well.
I thought Butthole 8.
Yeah.
I ate the butthole.
I'm done with you. I'm done with you.
But no, I literally would have given it to Butthole. Like, she surprised the shit out of me again. I was like,
I think there were some production issues going on, some production things going on. I don't think that Butthole should have been in the top last week, and she was.
Mm-hmm.
And
I agree.
I think that Butthole probably should have been in the top with Mistress for the second one, but because she won it the first time, it was almost kind of like the producers wanted to have enough of a redemption or enough of like these story arcs, but didn't want it to be so obvious. So I felt like they gave, Lydia the top win for last week, even though I don't think she deserved it.
See, I thought Butthole.
She did good, but she didn't deserve it over Mistress. Yeah. Hell no. Absolutely
that
not.
Zebra with that deflated plastic pool shit that she had wrapped around.
Nope, not at all. Not at all.
Like a gem in the hologram.
If that's fine in the face, but that outfit was crazy, and the construction. I mean, let's not like rehash the whole thing, but for this week, I definitely think that it was a production thing.
Yeah, because Mistress looked like a fucking gay ass Bowser. She looked a drag queen version of Bowser from Mario, and it was not serving what they thought it did. And they were like, "Oh, she did something different," and I was like,
"Not a gay ass Bowser." You right. Evil and all.
Yeah. Girl, right, exactly. Evil and all.
But they gave her that critique. She's a pageant queen. So they gave her that critique last week when she made her outfit. That, this is the silhouette that you're known for, da 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 da. When every time they have a sewing challenge, they say, do what you know. So she said, okay, you want something different? I brought something different in my arsenal. I got you.
Yeah, no, I was happy they said it, though, because she literally went through all season, 14, whatever season she was on, with that same fucking dress. I get it, do what you know, but every once in a while I'll switch it up just to show, I could do something else. And then you're going to come to All-Star to do what you know again. We already knew what you knew. So, but no, she did look good in this one, but the rap, at least, piece of it, I was like, okay, and it's not to say she didn't do good. Like, it was a good rap, but I was like, I think they just want Mistress there for the drama, which I'm not mad at because it's very good ass TV. I'm liking Nicole Page Brooks. I don't like her drag. I like someone to stand up to Mistress is a good fight because Tina's not good enough to stand up against Mistress. No, she gets too in her feelings. Nicole gets in her feelings, but it's gonna pop back off. And I'm like, we haven't seen someone pop back off against Mistress yet.
It's at Atlanta.
I like
it's
it.
coming out. It really is.
I can't wait for next week's episode.
You want to.
I can't wait for next week's episode. The one thing that I didn't like is I didn't like the double win and the splitting of the points.
Yeah,
because that was not a double win. I'm sorry, George's.
Actually, I will say Mistress beat George's. Yeah, on that one, I will say Mistress should have won. But hey, can we talk about George's mug right now? She's it's cool to see George. I mean, she's still only 24 fucking years old. It's craziness. It's cool to see people continue to want to get better. I love, that's what I love about just people that are good at what they do. She could have rested on her laurels and be like, I've been on All Stars, I've been on a season. To see her continue to come back a year later and her mug is still evolving, I like it. She's painting the shit out of her face right now.
Predictions. We got one more episode left that airs this Friday. So based on what we've seen so far in the first 2 episodes, who do you think are going to be the top queens?
Well, it'll be Mistress, Georges, and Tina Burner.
You think Tina's going to come in at the end there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly.
Or actually, no. Take it back. It's Lydia. It's Lydia because they've been hitting at it. RuPaul loves Lydia. Yeah. Lydia. So that will be the 3. I take Tina out, and it'll be Lydia.
Yeah, I think it'll be Lydia as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's
at this point because it's 4.5, 3, 2, and zeros, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard.
It's hard to come back from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be a toss up. I think it's going to be Mistress. I think Tina for sure. And we'll see depending on how the points end up shaking out. But I think it's going to be either Georges or Lydia. I don't think it's going to be Lydia because they already got Irene, coming back and doing her story, whatever. So, even though Rue likes her, Rue can bring her back in another All-Star season or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think this might be George's maybe last one doing an All-Stars or whatever. So I think it's going to be a flip between them two.
Shout out to Carrie Colby though. She's fucking gorgeous.
Yes.
Oh.
And she's delivering.
Carrie.
Good for her.
Yeah,
She's
really
delivering
is.
this season.
Yeah.
It sucks that it got overshadowed by the shady move with the points or whatever. But I mean, shout out to her. She's delivering. You can see that she's grown.
Woo!
Yeah.
And I love Chapel shading Michelle this episode.
She's like, I could hear her.
I can hear it.
I could hear her. I could hear her. And they played, what'd you say? Huh?
right.
That was cute.
Because I like Michelle was like, well, you put too many words, and Chapel's like, well, it's a rap. It's like, bitch, what do you want? I mean, that's rap.
Yeah, I think Michelle was showing her age at that point. Too many words. I couldn't really understand it. That sounded like a you
She
problem.
was still back in.
How about checking
Fat
battery?
boys are back. That's what she wants. That's the rap she wants still.
And low key, going back to Carrie, I really appreciated Carrie's her rap roast and the fact that she did it.
Actually a good ass.
It was really, really good. And the fact that they
Yeah.
shaded her because she didn't say the names,
Yeah.
who said that was a criteria?
Right. Steppy
Right.
pussy.
You knew who she was talking.
Right.
You knew who she was talking about
so
clearly with what she was saying.
She
So
rapped the shit
I
out that
didn't agree.
verse.
She really did.
Honestly, and she was my other top beside it was Georges and Carrie for me. Putting the runway together because she looked sickening on the runway.
Looked great. Yeah.
And then you also add in there her rap, which I loved her approach to it. Because the truth is, again, it was a roast. So it's about reading people. And you don't necessarily always have to say somebody's name to be reading someone.
No.
The cool thing about shade is that it can, if you deliver it correctly, you know exactly who it's meant for.
Oh, I thought you were going to get the Paris is burning quote.
Oh.
You don't have to know you're ugly.
You don't
I don't have to say you're ugly because you already know you're ugly.
That part.
And that was her verse for sure. So so I didn't know Carrie could rap.
So,
I was like, damn,
kudos to her.
That album.
Kudos to her. That if you don't get your flowers, Carrie, we're giving them to you right now because that you nailed it.
You
honestly.
You ate that up.
Yeah.
So by the time obviously community we'll know who kind of moved on. And then we'll be on to the third round here, which I'm excited to see Ginger Minge. I'm a Ginger Minge fan. I really, really am.
To be honest with you, I'm excited to see her, Acid Betty. Yeah, I'm excited to see her because I feel like out of the queens that they brought back from the older seasons, I feel like she's the one that'll actually deliver and complete.
Okay.
And isn't both her and Diabetti on the same bracket?
They're both on the same bracket. Yeah. Which I don't really give two shits about Dia, but
Dia. But maybe it'll be an Irene kind of arc where you'll be like, okay, never mind. Okay, do the damn thing, girl. So we're still in All Stars. We're still in Drag Race. I'm genuinely enjoying it way more than I thought. I really am. Because again, it's All Stars 10. So and then it was Drag Race 17. It's a lot of seasons.
Yeah, girl, you cutting out.
You got to in and out
slow
there.
it down and stay leaned into the. Okay.
But community, stay safe out there for Pride season. There's here in Philly, it was Philly Pride. I guess almost 2 weeks ago now, and someone got shot and killed outside one of the bars there, and it just sucks. It's just so reckless and useless and ridiculous. So look out for your friends. Look out for even folks you don't know. You see something, say something, because we got to protect each other. We can't be killing each other within our own community when they are doing everything in their power outside our community to kill us as well. Shit. This is not cool. So be safe out there. Have fun. Speak up. Do what you got to do to kind of maybe enjoy the month, enjoy the rest of the year and things like that. But be safe. But anything else on your hearts and minds?
No. Happy Pride again, everyone.
Yeah, exactly. And next week we'll have a better mic for Dawon so we can hear him. But until then, wash your hands, your legs, and your ass, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.